The saying or word of Paul York, "We ourselves are history," is terrifically emancipatory for the young Heidegger, who uses it in his lectures several times in the early 20s. This going back before Anaximander, before the thinking of the arche, also points to Heidegger to going back before the eidos and before the conceptualization of physis. So this is the center of the idea of the deconstruction, in the sense of a kind of fragilize, or making fragile, of the past, which is us. So the attempt to go back to the first beginning is also the attempt to go back into the sparkle in the heart of the diamond of the Greek island world, Anatolia, of Athens, of everything which has been the nursemaid of the development of Western docile. This being said, wouldn't Plato, for instance, sort of the center midi of the emancipatory thinking of the West, want to follow this path if he knew about it? Wouldn't Socrates, wouldn't Anaximander, having seen the whole development? So again, I suggest that the movement of Heidegger into the super hot core of the flashpoint of Western thought goes very close to the same point vis-a-vis Strauss, who, having moved through the theological and the medieval Judaic and Islamic periods, where the theological stays with philosophy, and then in 1794, the founding of the elite French écoles is forced to unfold a third time, having gone away from the criteria of sufficiency or completeness into the theological criteria of the good, or of the perfectus issumus, the most perfect. By the way, in Latin, and it shows something of our thinking, of how Christian are thinking of it, is in Latin, perfect has a comparative form and a superlative form. Perfectus and perfectier, or something like that, and then perfectus issumus. Whereas for us, having come through the Christian period, we hear the word perfect as though it were already a superlative. And that the correction from this, which, however, doesn't seem to get back, but seems to go further into corruption at this point, is supposed to be the secularization. So the hope then, in seeing history and rising it into our sorga, our concern, is that then we could, instead of it overcoming us with anger and tears and bleary eyes and red eyes, we would somehow find this way to not know what we know, or to come more properly into something similar to this problem we should stay with of the worst form of it is the knowing what one knows rather than the knowing that one doesn't know.